don't even bother trying to avoid mistakes because you're going to make tons of mistakes, right? And the important thing is actually learning quickly from whatever mistakes you make and not giving up.
Do something you're very passionate about.
You'll fail at some things. That's a learning experience that you need so that you can take that on to the next experience.
You don't think about, what is the quickest way to success? Think about what is the best way to building something important that the world really needs.
The Decade of Difference is sponsoring Humboldt County's Innovate Business Challenge, an idea competition that will give you the opportunity to pitch an innovative idea that could someday grow into a local business. Plus, you'll have the chance to win exciting prizes. Here are a few examples.
Hi, my name is Kayla Cotton. My business idea is called Uber Unique, and I want to launch a really unique t-shirt company.
Hi, my name is Connor Kellison, and my idea
Eureka,
is an
hi.
application lab for Humboldt County. The inspiration behind this idea is my love for technology and 3D printers such as I have built here.
Is your food left with fresh flavor, that unique touch, and a healthy alternative? Well, you come to the right place. Hi, my name is Anna Gomes, and my new creative business idea is Anna's Herbs. I'm a very determined junior who attends Ferndale High School who is passionate about agriculture.
The challenge begins with phase 1, upload your innovative idea. Your instructor will give you the dates for deadlines. The first 100 video ideas that are uploaded will receive a lanyard USB flash drive. Ask your presenter for details. The top 50 innovative ideas will advance to phase 2. You'll be asked business questions about your idea. The Decade of Difference will provide resources and workshops to help you answer these questions. In the final phase of the competition, the top 5 concepts will be invited to pitch their business ideas to a judging panel of local business professionals and entrepreneurs. The panel of judges will then determine the cash prizes and awards with the potential to win up to $2,500 to help get your new business started. Just like in the TV show Shark Tank.
In an all-new season of Shark Tank, where hopeful entrepreneurs from across the country dream of a chance to secure an investment and gain powerful partners to start, grow, or save their businesses.
This whole process was great. I met great people who were there with resources to help me in my business, to support me, hey, what do you need, what's going on, or to inform me about events like this where I can come and sell. And the Innovate Business Challenge really gave me that other perspective and really showed me that it's the real world and it's a real business, and if I want to do something and I want to create something new, as long as I have passion and commitment and dedication and I'm willing to put the time in, then anything's possible.
It is a lot of fun, you get a lot out of it, and it really just helps you out. It helped me with communicating with people. It helped me really find who I am as a person, and I just feel I have a lot more self-confidence now.
Upload your innovative business idea now. Ask your instructor for deadline dates and competition resources. So what's your idea?
So if you'd like to introduce your name and your business and a little, 30-second intro of what it is that you all do.
Good afternoon, Nate McKeever Energy and Electric. I founded a cool little electrical contracting company a few years ago, and we build the area's largest and most sophisticated renewable energy systems.
Hi there, I am Kara Clower, and I am with Laco Associates. If any of you had Miss Clower, she is my sister. And I work for Laco. We are a civil engineering consulting firm. So our focus is really working with the community to make it more functional. So we want to make sure that our roads are safe, that our drinking water is safe to drink, and that we are building in a way that coexists with our environment within California regulations.
I'm John Harper. I own my own ad agency called John Harper Media. I used to run TV stations around here for about a decade. Went to school Marshall across the street in Humboldt State. I do ad campaigns for local businesses like McRae Motors or Delta Mattress. I also run political campaigns and do a lot of political advising. I just ran the Yes on Measure O campaign, which was the Measure Z renewal that we just had, if you follow politics at all. And I do other political advising for different agencies and groups around here.
What do you look for when you hire someone?
So we really look for a cultural fit. So we look at our core values and how we want our employees to behave in their core. So for us, it's community engagement. It's relationship building. We want people who are nice, who are likable, that people want to work with. We look for individuals who are continuously improving. So I graduated from Eureka High in 2000, going on my 20-year reunion, and I'm just now getting my master's in business. So we look for people who are just constantly wanting to learn and grow, in addition to showing good judgment. But we really, on top of the skills, we really are looking for that cultural fit where they're going to be happy with Laco and Laco's going to be happy with them.
I'm looking for one of two things: either somebody who is incredibly talented in a very specific skill set and have a very specific talent where they excel and put out like a high quality product, or somebody who is generally takes ownership and motivated to just accomplish the overall task. So you're either looking for somebody who is incredibly gifted at something specific or has the right mindset about what we're trying to accomplish in the business.
My answer would be a hybrid between those two, a blend. They're both beautiful answers, and I couldn't agree more. Thanks.
How is it that you got to where you are today? And hopefully that will inspire some people to realize that you don't have it all figured out at 17.
No, I've just turned 40. I don't have it figured out yet. I graduated in 1997, and I joined the military. So I took a break from academics. I wasn't a very good student in high school, and I didn't necessarily dislike high school. I just wasn't very sharp. I joined the military. I traveled the world. I was fortunate enough to get. I joined the Navy, so I was fortunate enough to get on a very active ship, and by the time I was 20, I got out when I was 20. I had been in 23 countries, and I came back to the United States after having been out of the country for a while. And traveling is a giant education in all beautiful things. And then I went to community college part-time, and I started working as an electrician because I got really interested in renewable energy, and I figured out that in order to do renewable energy in California, you have to be an electrician. That's the pathway. So I was really into that. While I was also going to community college, I earned enough credits to transfer, and I applied to Humboldt State University. I'd never been to Humboldt County in my life, and showed up here and fell in love with the place. And I didn't go to school full time. I worked, and during that period of time, I started my business. But long story short, I think it took me about 9 years to get my undergrad degree, and I also received another certificate from Sonoma State simultaneously, and I got my contractor's license simultaneously and started a business. I took sort of the long, windy pathway. I certainly didn't feel like it, though. I felt like I was working pretty hard.
Yeah, I don't know if there is one pathway. So, born and raised in Humboldt County, lived in Eureka my entire life, went to Eureka High, graduated, attended CR, transferred over to Humboldt State, and I was actually going to be a teacher. Elementary for me, not high school. Sorry, guys. And I tried that out, and unfortunately, the economy did not support my plans. And it is right when a lot of the teachers were laid off in our area. And I was a single mom. I don't know if you guys know my daughter Taya, but she's a freshman here. And I needed to be able to support her, so I joined Laco Associates as a part-time administrative assistant while I did substitute teaching and reading intervention. So I was there for a couple years trying to balance the teaching thing, and Laco said, "We need you full-time." I said, okay. So I put up my teaching hat and went into the business route, and I, over the time, went to HSU to do continued education for accounting and for finance and some business classes to help me grow. And then, as I said earlier, I am a student of Sonoma State University, and I'm getting my executive MBA.
I'm I'm a local guy. I went to Arcata High, Marshall Elementary, which is across the street. I went to Humboldt State University. I also went to junior college, and it took about 5 or so years to graduate from HSU. I got a journalism, mass comm degree up there, and then when I graduated, I moved to Sacramento. I got a job as a news editor. Came back up here. I worked at TV stations all through college up here on the news crews, or like running Saturday morning cartoons back when that was a thing. And
how much was education part of, opportunity for your future? Because it sounds like you all had varying degrees of where you had your education.
I'll say the learning is what matters. It's about applying yourself. I mean, I don't think I have to tell her with high schoolers. You guys are probably distinctly aware of how you can coast through the day, waiting to leave, or you can embrace what you're doing and throw yourself into it, which can be awkward and you can fail. It's the same kind of thing. I find that the opportunities are there. I loved going to a small school because if you cared and were interested, you got all the attention and resources in the world to accomplish something. But if you want to just skate there, it doesn't matter where you go to school.
I would agree that it really is about the learning. I think continued education throughout your life is important because we are in an era of rapid change. And if we choose to stay stagnant and not wanting to learn, then there's going to be your peers working around you and they're just going to blow past you. So I think it does go to what you said of how much you care and how much you want. I'm already thinking about, I graduate in February 2020, which I'm really excited about, and I already have a list of, okay, now I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna learn Spanish. Yeah. Because I haven't done Spanish since HSU, and I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna do that. And then I think I'm gonna do this. And I already have a list of the other things I want to achieve, and it's not because having an MBA after my name is going to make me any more valuable, but it's what I'm learning and how I'm growing as I do that. That's really that value.
The institution of education, it didn't appeal to me until I got out of service, and then I was hooked. I love learning. I love reading. I love taking classes. But I think what I came away from it the most was the relationship building process, right? I really fell in love with connecting with people and building relationships that were lasting. And in school and the process, when you guys form camaraderie with each other. Some of you will know each other and remain friends your whole life. And I remember that fondly, and I still participate in that. I'm always taking a class. I'm always learning something, and I'm constantly failing. And that's a really nice thing, because from there you can measure what success looks like, right? You just keep banging up against stuff and changing directions. And so I think that in my career, we constantly have to learn. Not only do I have a passion for it, just by law I kind of have to do it. There's all kinds of requirements of me.
If you could relive your high school years with the knowledge you have now, would you do anything differently?
You're gonna make me do it again.
I would be more confident. I think about that when I look at my daughter. I loved high school and I was very active. I got good grades. I was one of those nerds. I was in student government. I was involved in clubs, and but I loved it. But I think I was really hard on myself, and I look back and we're all vulnerable and we're all nervous and scared, and we just need to believe in ourselves a little bit more.
I mean, I would have skipped this and been behind the gym in high school, probably, realistically. But I think I wish I'd been more earnest. Like, just, it's easy to be cynical or not try, because it sets you up to look dumb, or also to fail. But as, I was watching that video, all those rich guys, all those people failed in their first 3 to 7 businesses they did. They failed badly, lost money, shut down. All those 100 millionaires up there, so billionaires, I think so. So it's just about being earnest and embracing it. I mean, if you're not into it, you're not into it. But if you are, don't hold yourself back and throw yourself into stuff, because the resources are all there, just waiting.
What do you like least about running your business?
what do you like least about running your own business, right? It's a tremendous amount of responsibility, and you are ultimately responsible for everything that you do, not only what you do, but also making sure that you're providing for your team, right? I have 10 people that have partners and children, and I mean, the decisions that I make affect, you know, a lot of people. And so, I think that there's just an interesting burden and a privilege with everything. So, a long time ago, I started telling myself positive stories because I think the world told me a bunch of negative stories, and I gravitated toward them, and then I didn't want to do that anymore. And I didn't want to do anything that didn't make me happy. So even the things that are difficult make me happy. Yeah.
I mean, what he's alluding to is that very few people run and start businesses. You know, it's up to 5%, but it's like 2%. But it's just because you are always responsible for everything, which is great when you're doing it and you want it. But it's hard because it never stops. For me, the hardest thing in business is that you end up doing what you set out to do, but you have to do all the parts you hate and wanted to avoid if you start a business. If you want to be a graphic designer, you are going to be a bookkeeper doing billing. I mean, unless you go work for someone else. If you want to be an engineer, you are going to have to go sell yourself in meetings and be charming with people who are not engineers. So if you're going to work for yourself, you aren't going to do it because you want to avoid a bunch of stuff and just focus on your passion. You will be doing accounting one way or the other if you own a business.
Unless you have partners and you have enough employees to where you don't have to do it. So we have 70 employees from Santa Rosa north to Eureka. And I did the accounting for a little bit, but now I don't have to. I do have partners. I'm not the only owner. I'm actually a minor owner getting prepared for succession planning for the major owners to retire. I would say for me, in my role in the firm, I would probably say all of us owners probably feel the same way. Is our least favorite thing right now is finding experienced, licensed, professional civil engineers who want to work in our regions and who want to help our communities. Recruiting in our industry is painful. Our turnover rate, 30% each year. Our staff turns over 30%. That is like extremely high, and it's very common in our industry. So that is the one thing that I dislike the most right now, because we would be able to work on so many other factors of our business if we weren't constantly trying to find talented individuals and getting them to stay in our regions.
How do you maintain a good work-life balance when you have to do everything yourself?
Okay, we're on TV, so I can't cuss. There's no such thing as work-life balance. Period. Okay, that's BS. There's work-life harmony. You have one life, and hopefully you're doing what you love in and out of work. It is the same thing. There is no work life and personal life, right? If you're passionate about something, there's no line between those two. A lot of people will tell you, oh, maintain a work-life balance, it'll keep you sane, it'll keep your anxiety down, I totally disagree. If you really don't want to accomplish something in life, you have to take all those barriers and shake them and just go toward what you love, and the money will come. If you put a work-life balance barrier in your life, then you'll put a barrier in your life.
But there is an important factor of giving yourself clarity time and downtime. And I have a big support group at my company. And speaking on behalf of human resources, I'm a big believer in allowing yourself to have a clarity break. Do you disagree? I mean, how do you prevent burnout if you aren't able to disconnect for a little bit?
Yeah, that's part of it, right? I mean, you can truly, if you love what you're thinking about and it happens to be work, then it can be relaxing and fulfilling. But if you're grinding your teeth at night or getting stomach aches over something, then you do need to get some perspective. I take myself to the beach, sit in my truck, you know, I'll read something, travel. So absolutely, but you never really like have an outer body experience and disconnect from work, so long as you are doing what you love, or many things that you love. I think that's the opposite problem I have. Right? I like so many things. There's nothing I don't like. I like everything, and I'm always interested in it, and so I get distracted a little bit.
I like what you said. It's that idea of you want to enjoy your work, like going to school. You don't want to be like, how much poison can I take so I can recover in the evenings, you know, from this thing I hate. Like, oh God, I can't wait till these guys are done talking so I can go home. Maybe, right? At least one of you. So you want to make sure that you're engaged and passionate about what you're doing. I think they're both right. If you need a break because it's toxic for you, you do that as an owner. You take the consequences. If it's firing you up, why would you do anything else?
So I just want to throw this back at all of you. I mean, how many of you do things to recharge your battery, to fill your heart, to give you joy, to laugh? Good. Don't stop, right? Don't stop. Because, you know, life is short. It goes by in a blink of an eye. So I love what you said about you're interested in everything, you love the things you do. It's good to have some clarity. Don't waste time on the negative, and you can't get that time back doing things you don't like to do. So do what you love to do. I'm getting goosebumps because I love what I do. But when I'm done with my day, I'm gonna go sit on my horse and ride my horse and recharge my batteries and become one with this living creature. And I'm going to go home and make dinner and get ready for the next day, but I try and put some time in my day, and my best ideas come by being present on my horse. So it's therapeutic, and you could almost make it a business write-off maybe, I don't know. But so I'm really glad to see hands raised that recharging your batteries, you find time to laugh, because you need to, even when it's a stressful thing, you have to. And you kind of touched on this, we didn't really say that. You just try and find the joy in things, or the beauty in things and stuff. So, did I see another hand raised?
So I'm largely interested in advertising, and I was just wondering how you as an employer value a college degree on an application.
Here's what I think of a college degree. What it shows me is that you can stick to a task and finish it, and there's a lot of both interpersonal stuff. There are fair challenges on the way to a degree. There are unfair, arbitrary challenges, and a lot of that mimics a job. You work with bogus people and good people. Things make sense, things don't. Can you get it done anyway? But it might get you in the door. It might get you a better interview, depending. But ultimately, at least in my industry, especially as an owner, it's about what you can do. So it'll get you maybe to talk to me, but you have to be able to do something or show the personality that you're going to take ownership of the project.
What do you hope for the future of your company to be like?
That's a great question. We have a pretty clear mission, right? And it's pretty simple, right? We want to do what's best for our community, do what's best for Mother Earth, right? And there's a lot of subtasks. That's pretty much the basic mission, right? And so we need to be able to measure that and succeed. And so we want to be able to power Humboldt County sustainably, and that's what we're going to do, and try to accomplish that in my human lifetime.
We've been talking about this a lot lately with the leadership team, and while our employees are the ones that are working with clients and solving the problems in the community, us as owners of a business, our true vision is having a great company where employees love to work and are taken care of and can live a great life. So for us, it's building teams and developing those teams and being a really good employer. And we typically work in more rural areas. where there's not many employment opportunities for high-level professional skilled jobs. And we're engineers, you have to go to college and get an engineering degree, and then you have to become licensed. And those jobs, the employers, there's not that many opportunities in Ukiah. Eureka, we have a couple. But for us, it's being a really good employer who takes care of their employees, so our employees can solve the problems in the community.
Mine's probably more modest, but I do a lot of advertising campaigns for clients, and I still do a good portion of that work, so I have a good team of people who do it. I actually want to get that section of my business more or less self-contained and have my managers running the ad accounts. So I do a lot of business and organization, political, and just media consulting. And it's way more fun to get paid to go talk to people than to actually do something. I've been slowly working that way with some success. So my goal is to end up having my ad business sort of self-contained and spend most of my time doing that.